Ну что ж, дорогие друзья, давайте все-таки завершим квестик, посвященный китайскому Новому году. Я сегодня буду без камерки, вот, поэтому просто голосом. Поэтому, если вдруг кто-то будет смотреть это все дело в записи, всем привет, всем привет. Потом, соответственно, напишите комментарий. Буду рад. Ну а мы с вами давайте будем начинать. Просто сегодня надо будет уезжать к маме на годовщину свадьбы. Поэтому стараемся сделать это все сегодня быстренько. Вот. Поехали. Я, соответственно, немножечко побегал, собирал примагемчики, там некоторые просто сайд-квесты повыполнял, чтобы было чуть побольше гемов накруточки. Вот. Сейчас, я думаю, выполним еще ежедневочки, чтобы тоже накруточку накопить как раз-таки. Выполним квест. Чисто вот историю имеется в виду. Посмотрим, чем же там все это закончится. Увидим ли мы там Сяо. По итогу будут ли какие-то архонты на празднике. Быть может, они как-то еще и с адептами поговорят. Ну, в общем, посмотрим. Так. Ну, давайте начнем с ежедневочек. Я все надеюсь, что какие-нибудь еще достижения по итогу получу, проходя ежедневки суммиру. Хотя надо просто посмотреть, в принципе. Быть может, уже как бы все получено, а я немножечко страдаю. Так. Отлично, еще 5 круточек забрали. Тут у нас еще одно событие, которое приносит в сумме по 80 гемов. Итого 400 в сумме. И нам доступно 3. Угу. Ну, 240 получается, да? Замечательно. Хорошо. Итого в плане круток у нас 22. Откручено 52. То есть 74 вполне себе вроде как получается. Но посмотрим. О, да. Обожаю эту штуку. Ох, музыка еще в суммеру классная, не могу. Так, это мы поймали. Попробуем отсюда.
The sun feels almost as hot as those studio lights I'm in front of all the time. Good thing there can only be one sun.
Сравнивать солнце с софитами. Интересное сравнение, Фурина. Но понимаемо. Если это еще там какие-нибудь концертные, либо действительно большие, студийные. Тут в них жарко действительно становится. Сами нагреваются, так еще и свет немножечко тебя греет. Да. О. Это мы сейчас быстренько сделаем с помощью Гань Юй. Не будем даже с монстрами сражаться. Готово. Так. Один здесь, а другой еще где? А, вот он. Тогда отсюда. Побегал я в бездне, значит. Ну, 11 этаж вполне себе нормально проходится. Даже учитывая, что там сейчас благословение такое на... Ну, в общем, на планж атаки, то есть атаки с воздуха, с прыжка. Ну, то есть под Сянь Юнь, Сяо. То есть прям как раз-таки под нового персонажа, под эту ее особенность. Она же у нас бафает как раз-таки такой вид атак. Вот. Но спокойненько прошел. Но понял, что мне, конечно, не хватает второго отряда. То есть первый, вот как раз-таки сейчас, который перед вами, вполне себе справляется с задачей своей. Ну, то есть Ганечка прям хорошо так бьет под ультой, соответственно, Фурины, в поле Дехи. А я их как раз-таки хорошо так прокачал в плане талантов. Ну, то есть основные ульта я автоатака. У Фурины, соответственно, это ешечка и ульта. Дехи это ешка и ульта. Ну, а у Джин ей достаточно, вот, соответственно, ее ульты, чтобы она отхилила. Но я ее, кстати, неправильно собрал по итогу. У нее хил зависит от силы атаки, а я вон что сделал. Случайно ее в хпшечку подсобрал. Но это надо будет переделать, конечно. И, может быть, другой сет поставить. То есть не возлюбленную юную деву, а один из новых. Вот. Который там чего-то там фиксирует, чего-то там детектит и потом наносит какой-то урон. Ну, в любом случае, хилит она сильно. То есть под Фурину замечательно хватает. Но им обеим чуть-чуть побольше восстановы надо. Ну, 171 мало для Джин. Ей бы, наверное, ну хотя бы 185, может быть 190. А Фурине под 200 надо, если она одна. Ну, имеется в виду одна гидра. То есть вот этого может не хватать. Но я не жаловался, на самом деле. Вот. Но 12 этаж сегодняшней бездны. Ну, мое почтение. Типа, для первого отряда там просто, большое количество мобов. И вот эта вот пачечка с Гань Юй вполне себе справлялась. А для второго отряда, где я выбрал там Кицин, Елань, Беннета. Кстати, ошибка была брать Беннета. Вот. Он у меня C6. Да-да-да, я консту эту поставил по итогу. Ошибка или нет, не знаю. Мне как-то на самом деле все равно. Вот. Ну и Яу-Яу была. Но вот это была ошибка, потому что первый этаж это это вот этот вот змей. Где он? Вот он. Вот этот вот. Змей Руин. Угу. Как его атаковать, когда он постоянно практически под землей, это, конечно, прикольная затея. Во втором зале они докинули Унута. А, нет, это третий зал. А кто же был во втором? А, не-не-не-не-не-не, все правильно. Второй зал это Унут, который тоже постоянно под землей. То есть там буквально, когда ты сбиваешь ему эти два кружочка ветровых, остается типа, ну я даже не знаю, остается буквально там секунд 10, чтобы хоть как-то его подамажить. Это может даже меньше. То есть пока ты ульты все прожмешь, пока там вот это еще, он уже опять начинает либо парить, либо под землей быть. Гениально, гениально. И только третий зал нормальный. Туда закинули вот этого красавчика. Ну, дракон-то хотя бы по нему постоянно бить можно. Но первые два зала, типа, ну это гениально. Поставить мобов, которых Ну, надо ослаблять, когда они постоянно под землей, но это бред, если честно.
I'm getting sick of this. Born of ice and frost.
Так. Ну что ж, это мы получили. Ну и последнее. И последнее. И тогда пойдем квестик делать.
We're way behind schedule.
Да. Внимание, вопрос. Большое дело, на котором держится Академия. Великое древо, священное древо, огромное древо. Священное. Вьючный як. Это плесенники. Эй! Были бы все такие экзамены по жизни. Назовите, пожалуйста... Я не знаю. Самую популярную игру всех лет народов. Правильный ответ — Тетрис. Значит, просто сегодня без вебочки. Я и выгляжу не очень. И скоро надо будет уезжать. Вот. Поэтому проходим просто по-быстренькому все. Да я буду собираться на годовщину маминой свадьбы. Так, это мы прошли. Все замечательно. Так. Так, где он? Вот он. Давайте. Поехали. Угу. Ну что, ставим на то, что мы увидим Джуна Ли там, Венти, возможно. Придет ли по итогу Сяо на наш праздник? Интересно, и что будет показано в плане сестры? Потому что в трейлере она была, но, скорее всего, это какое-то видение, может быть, будет. Ладно, поехали. Так. Нам вниз, да? Фейерверки! Я знаю, кто на них сагрится. Вот эти ребята, да? Нет? Смотрите, потушите. Ну вы ж так любите на всякую штуку агриться. Ой, все.
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
Well, it's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Угу. Окей.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Well, here.
Так. Что, отца надо проводить?
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Окей, мы в деле. Понятно. Значит, что-то все-таки семейное затронули.
Alright, don't work too hard now, Longjo.
Наверное.
We'll set off then.
Окей, мы пойдем. У-у-у. Какая интересная статуя. Нас телепортнуло. Круто. Так, ну тогда надо... А где телепорт?
You're a
Тут.
bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you.
И птак. Простите, пожалуйста. Ну, понятно.
Dad?
Ай, здравствуй, папа. О, господи.
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet you. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Ох уж эти нахваливания.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
О, господи. Это вот это. Как во всех этих шутках и мемах, да, про родителей. Азиатских родителей. Что? Ты получил 5 с минусом за математику? А я... Ой, ну хоть какую-то ты репутацию заслужил. Ай-я! Ай-я! Ой. Боже мой.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then. Let's go.
Let's go. Так, нам куда? Нам куда-то далеко. До постоялого двора Ваншу. Интересно. А Сяо там будет? Он же любит там находиться. И тофу кушать. Ну-ка. Будет он тут? Так, тут его нет. И тут нет. Но повар на месте. Ладно. Хорошо. Фейерверки вот тоже поставлены. Ну ладно. Ну, вроде нигде Сяо не видно.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Господи.
The winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon,
Господи, какая она иногда надоедливая, ей-богу.
this place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
Сянь-Юнь! Сянь-Юнь сидит там, в своей форме журавля, цапли, журавля.
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but
Just let him go.
okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
Какой меч красивый.
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Почему они оделись как похитители сокровищ? Господи, им скучно, что ли, совсем стало в своих горах? Бандит в маске один.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Thus I shall. Будьте так любезны, господа, добрые сэры, дать нам ваш чай.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
Да-да, да-да. Красиво, красиво.
What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone.
Итак, кто же победит? Человек или два адепта?
It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Gaming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Господи. А почему мы не знали об этом тайном плане?
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Типа такой тайный план был воссоединить нашего замечательного Камина и отца?
Away! Let us away!
Coming!
Тут реально не хватает каких-то эффектов из индийского кино.
Don't worry, he's a great fighter. Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
But Gaming, if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
All is going to plan.
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
Серьезно, Джун Ли? Видать, Архонтам тоже стало скучно.
Li? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Я-то... нет, это не меч был. А я-то думал, это уже такой деревянный меч, он такой, ха-ха, травелер. Ну все. Нет, он просто запускает призрака нашей замечательной Хутавы.
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Ох, господин Ип. Так, если бы ты знал, кто он. Что ему вообще не страшно ничего. И ходят слухи, что он вообще не из мира сего, а такой же сошедший, как и наш путешественник. Хо-хо-хо-хо!
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight?
Что происходит?
Oh.
Будь я на месте господина Ипа, я бы что-то заподозрил. Ну, слишком наигранно, Паймон, слишком.
Ah, I see. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She just had some cake stuck in her throat.
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
Наемник, сопровождающий нас уже у них на хвосте.
Oh? Well, if that's the case. Such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise, wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
А если бы это были настоящие похитители сокровищ? Шесть яблочек, это хорошо.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani.
О, сейчас Джун Ли будет авторитетом задавливать.
Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. Ones not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves.
Например?
If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Хо-хо-хо-хо-хо. Эх, Джун Ли, почти. Дядюшка Ип.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Ну, как бы, на чё нам архонтом-то?
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed.
Джунли себя, что ли, вспоминает?
It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushou dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried.
Господи, боже мой. Дайте детям заниматься тем, чем они хотят. Ну, естественно, в рамках приличия, разумия, да? Ну, хочет танцевать, ну, пожалуйста. Что, мне потанцевать нельзя? Если эти мемы вспоминать. Хочет рисовать, пожалуйста. Хочет 3D-моделить, да, пожалуйста. Хочет, я не знаю, писать стихи, рассказы, легко. Дайте эту возможность. Типа, ну, понятное дело, нужно показать, естественно, что не везде можно добиться там какого-то успеха, не везде ждет благосостояние какое-то, да, может быть, какое-то количество денег и прочее. Но отнимать мечты и не поддерживать в какие-то моменты — это странно. Вот. И не говорить об этом — это тоже странно. Вот поэтому баланс нужно какой-то держать. Так, сейчас возьму себе морсику и продолжим. Все, морсик. Потом обязательно напишите в комментариях, кто какой морсик любит. Я вот без ума от облепихового. Ой, вкуснятина.
When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old.
Господи. Ну так просто поговорить с этим, об этом надо. Все? И вопрос исчерпан. Ой. Хотя, понятное дело, это нам так просто рассуждать.
Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
Ой, не, вот это странно. Ну, познакомить ребенка с всеми какими-то профессиями и возможными путями, это правильно. И если вдруг ему это понравилось, ну хорошо. Тогда надо дело развивать. При этом все равно показывая какие-то дополнительные штуки и рассказывая о том, что ожидает в будущем. И когда вот он уже более взрослым станет, ну, прям конкретно об этом поговорить. То есть не говорить, что я тебе запрещаю быть танцором, не знаю, балета. Я тебе запрещаю рисовать картины, потому что ты себя не прокормишь. Вон, искусственный интеллект и так уже все рисует. Да нет. Нет, нет. Запрещать точно не надо, а вот просто объяснить, поговорить, это да.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
О, наш дедушка начинает мудрость говорить, поехали.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
Да, а скажи, сколько мне лет? Ну, вам на вид, наверное, лет 30-40. Да! Так, плюс-минус 6000 лет. Да.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters.
О, это он про Сянь Юнь. А взрослые дочери, это, соответственно, Гань Юй и Шэнхэ, да? Мгм. Ну да, Гань Юй взрослая, там сколько, 3000 лет? Ну да.
Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own way.
Ой, красиво.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind.
Ой, да ладно. Все придет. Главное попробовать.
I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Иптак.
Sure.
Ух, что-то лицо пойман.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar.
Красивая метафора.
As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little.
Справедливо.
Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery? You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second Gaming was a kid, the next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
Ну, конечно. Наш замечательный дед. Полной мудрости, вот это вот все. Преисполнился, так сказать. В познании мира. Эй, камин идет.
Oh, Gaming is back. Hey, Gaming, we're over here.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
Huh? Oh, okay.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
So that's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh? Guess I'm right then.
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills.
Естественно, естественно.
I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
Красава.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Да, это было нашей целью.
I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time.
Да-да, папаня тоже это сказал.
Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
А ты тоже будешь продолжать молчать?
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it.
Эй, метафоры!
Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
Удачи, мы в тебя верим.
I'll do my best.
Your best is enough.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Да ладно, это ж не алкоголь.
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you.
Да, у него достаточно времени.
My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
Пельмешки, пельмешки, пельмешки.
It would be an honor.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Так.
Should we sit?
Sure.
Понятно. Неловкий момент. Так. А где-нибудь рядом-то наша птица-то есть? Не видно. Ну ладно.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard.
Ей. Друзья Архонта, это круто.
As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
Да нет, много чего.
You never change, do you?
Не сказал бы.
Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Ремент! Здорово! Здорово, Сяо!
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time? A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects.
With Rex. I mean, Джули. Прикольно такой. Подходит просто. Hey, Rex! Ой. Да, было бы забавно увидеть. А? Это все-таки Рекс.
It's you. I thought you were Director Hu.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget? The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
Простите, господин Архонт, а вы бы не могли бы сходить в пятерочку и купить мне булочек? Ой, Джунли хорош.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
Я вот, кстати, не пробовал кунжутное масло. Я пробовал тыквенное. И вот тыквенное добавлять в салаты очень вкусненько. Единственная проблема в том, что тыквенное масло дорогое. И если ты его уже открыл, то надо прям его использовать, иначе оно очень быстро портится. Ну, оно вкусное оказалось. Вот в салатах прям, да, но дорого. Там, по-моему, хорошая бутылочка тыквенного масла 0,5 стоит в районе 1000 или 1500 рублей. В то время как обычно оливковое, ну, за 400, за 500 можно, да, взять. Но оно реально вкусное. Специфичное, но вкусное. Это как почувствовать когда-то запах кинзы и такой, боже, как эту приправу могут вообще, типа, кушать? А потом, попробовав такой, понятно, в принципе, да, запах так себе, но на вкус интересненько. Ну, правда, ходят шутки на тему того, что если ты, так скажем, принял вкус и запах кинзы, ну все, ты старый. Не знаю.
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied.
Да, Сяо, выходи в люди.
This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu. I'll leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Путешественник и пойман.
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind.
Да, в его случае это хорошо.
Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need.
Ну вот. Опять.
Menogius was the only yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Угу. Неподалеку от храма Бронзового Воробья. Храм Бронзового Воробья. А, это, по-моему, тот храм, который по сайд-квесту мы восстанавливали. Конечно.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Coming.
Оу. Воу-воу-воу-воу-воу.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
О, господи.
Then I'll go.
Хорош.
I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
Типа, они такие, ну ладно, давай им покажем класс, смотрите, как надо. И опять услышать этот замечательный говор, просто, да.
No need. I'm not tired.
А чё же они не в своих костюмах, интересно?
They're gone, Master.
Да, все-таки это был их план.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance.
Господи, the time is nigh. One, thus, shall, nigh, I, nay. Какой же у нее, да, интересный говор.
Do you remember the plan one recounted to you?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love. So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happened to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety. Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Нормально. Голова об стол. Жмяк.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
Are you serious right now?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other, it would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
Прям чувствует, типа, да. Да. Это странно, но да.
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk. I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way? If that is what you ask of me, then that is what I shall do.
Они, кажется, не тренировались, да? Сянь-Юнь даже такая, да нет же, да посмотри, мы сейчас нет, разыгрываем.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simply can't listen to that any longer. Coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads, but you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh.
Господи. Лучший квест вот по поводу, если рассматривать именно просто какие-то житейские штуки. И в плане раскрытия персонажей вот с такой стороны. Более простой.
Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But thank you, Dad.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now.
Но вы пропустили такие, конечно, лолы-кеки.
Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all? Hey you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Так.
Master, did I say something wrong earlier? I tried to go along with your questions, but when I saw how you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable. The plan was a success.
Then I helped?
Naturally.
Naturally. Oh.
Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
Окей. Шарлотта.
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontanians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course. Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
Она очень важный клиент.
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
We're way behind schedule.
I take it that all is going well?
Don't worry, Shenyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanha appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others.
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gamin?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Fright not. Господи, какие обороты речи у нее. Я не могу. Fright not. Не просто типа... Why bother, я не знаю, или... Don't be afraid, я не знаю, ну... Fright not.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say. We pooled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontanians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea of yours.
Okay. Whew. So, it's like this.
Он захочет устроить показательный танец? Видимо.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite.
О. А что если немножечко прогуляться по Лиюэ? Быть может, мы Сянлин увидим около ее ресторана. Нет. А, внутри? Нет. Эх. Кто еще может быть тут? Ах, ну да, все мы помним, конечно же, вот эту вот замечательную In-Air. До сих пор этот квест перед глазами, конечно. Но все же мы знаем, что вроде теперь она и наш замечательный... господи, как же его... Алхимик-то из Манштата. Ну, вроде как встречаются теперь, да. Так. Кто еще может быть? А, Бубу Фармаси, конечно. Чичу, Байджу. Может, они будут на своих местах все-таки. Nope. Нету. Так, а если... Вот в этой комнатке... тоже нет. А внутрь нельзя? Можно. Никого. Ну ладно. Так. А если мы еще сходим сюда? Ну, типа, Кицин, Нингуан. Да, хотя вряд ли. Раз никого остальных нет. Ну, последнее, что остается, это... конечно же, Хутао. Итак, почти приземляемся. Бум. Мисс. Почему она не отвечает? Или обычно не принято разговаривать со служителями ритуального бюро Ваншан? Вы не местные или вы хотите поговорить о чем-то еще? Верно, я не отсюда. Я служу в ритуальном бюро Ваншан. Надо же, я так давно не общался ни с кем, кроме своих коллег. Даже во время работы не могу говорить с членами семьи усопшего. Это древняя традиция и дань уважения усопшему. С наступлением ночи родственники оставляют необходимые вещи и немного еды, а потом расходятся и плотно закрывают двери, а мы тихо выполняем свою работу, подготавливаем прах и уходим. Поэтому я так и удивлена, что кто-то заговорил со мной, да еще и ночью. Совершенно не думала вас игнорировать, простите. Это все, конечно, круто. Ага, а внутрь нам не попасть. Ну ладно. Значит, нам никого больше не встретить. Ну ладно, ладно.
Welcome back! I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Ah, yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge. The directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
All right then, thank you.
Миленько.
Phew, it's done. Let's get down to business. Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Yay!
Chi-Chi, we're almost there. Okay.
Come here, allow me.
The lantern rite is as festive as ever.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
А? У.
What's that?
Вау. Мурашечки. Вау.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh!
Mommy, I want a big kite like that too. Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful. Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh.
Gummi's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him. oh, he's over there, talking to his dad.
Да, красивенько.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Son. I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Ooh,
Wow.
breathtaking.
I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. Much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Yay.
Dad,
Son.
Yay.
son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid.
Я сейчас расплачусь.
All right, that's everything I've got. Did you have something you wanted to say, or...
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Ты тоже постарался, Паймон. Тебе и правда есть чем гордиться.
Now go. Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad, honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off. See you soon.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Чем планируешь заняться? Покушать димсамов.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Shenyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
О, миленько. Так, ну что, значит, получается, эту часть мы тоже завершили. Остается последняя штучка. Так, тогда маленький буквально перерывчик. И все будет. Так, ну что ж, давайте так продолжим. Так, ну
The desert's a
поехали.
tough adversary. But at least doesn't hide anything.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! Didn't Zhongli say Hu Tao was also planning on spending some time in Xiaoying Village? We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her.
Ну что ж, поехали. Встретим Хутаву.
The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit!
Сказал сундук.
Huh? Did you hear that? Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes!
Да, слышал.
Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds really familiar. Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Да, давай. Вы с Паймон поднимаетесь в гору, откуда раздаются крики. Кто-то выкрикивает «Миндаль! Шоколад!» Звучит очень вкусно. Следуя за этим радостным голосом, вы быстро поднимаетесь на вершину. А? А? Кларинда и Нави?
Ah, well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
Если бы они всегда так работали. Типа, знаете, иногда едешь в маршрутке, там вот этот вот экранчик, который показывает рекламу, показывает иногда еще и эти предсказания астрологические. Смотришь на свой знак зодиака такой, читаешь. На этой неделе с вами случится что-то просто невероятное. Готовьтесь, просто. Вау, вау, вау. И не происходит. Эх. Обидненько, как говорится. Ну ладно.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Ride.
Happy Lantern Ride.
Happy Lantern Ride.
И вас тоже.
Happy Lantern Ride to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Ride, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Эх, а мы не узнали.
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
That or your voice is just really loud.
И у Паймон.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
Вот как. То есть не важно, что именно кричать, важно лишь само действие.
Exactly. You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Ну, кстати, да. Согласен.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to relieve stress.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Huh?
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
Интересно, дадут ли сейчас сказать нашему травалеру что-нибудь?
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
Понятно. Не заплатили. А я предпочитаю держать все в себе.
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose.
Именно.
No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
А? Кто?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In Chaoying Village?
Неужто наша замечательная, прекрасная, великолепная я и гидроархонша решила таки посмотреть на мир? О май гад! Скажите да.
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard.
Woo!
Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
Ah, that reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
А,
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well. She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
она была одна?
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well, but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
Подождите, Новелет? Но мы же все знаем, что он хочет судить архонтов, да? Это что, будет встреча Новелета и Джуна Ли скоро? Мы увидим ее?
Nervalet was here too?
Так много людей с Фонтейна.
What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Эх. А было бы забавно увидеть, соответственно, Новелета с Фуриной. И вот они идут навстречу Джуну Ли с Хутау. Так сказать, два дедушки. и их внучки. Ой, ведь у них, ну, типа, очень похожая энергетика. Эти два старых кренделя, которые очень мудрые, все такие, ух. И две девушки, которые крайне энергичные, крайне хаотичные. О боже.
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
О, а кто у нас еще чай любит? Конечно же, наш замечательный Ризли. А Кларинда, типа, заглядывает к нему частенько. О, будет пополнение коллекции чая.
You Fontanians and your tea drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridsley, and now I have to buy him something.
Та-та-та-та-та-та-та, вы угадали. Отличный подарок.
It was just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet. Ridsley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Neuvillette even mentioned it earlier.
Чай Эсундло. Купи 10 коробок за полцены.
Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Oh, that's right. Who tell? A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Chaoying Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
Ничего страшного, напарница.
That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Chaoying Village later.
Договорились.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later!
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain? Name your price.
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
I'm just curious is all. I have a feeling you'll say something amazing.
Мы бы тоже были бы не против услышать.
I will pass.
Эх.
I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
Ладно, хорошо. Так. Я вижу сундук, не вижу препятствий.
I call dibs.
Так, а где Фурина? Джун Ли, Фурина и Хутао!
Chaoying Village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum!
Господи, ты уже проголодалась?
Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day.
Сейчас мы сможем найти только после обеденной димсамы.
Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks.
Ну, конечно.
Now, let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Судя по шляпке, это точно она.
Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Chaoying Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients.
Хочешь поспорить?
Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Meropide. But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
А я тогда ставлю на пробивную управляющую Ху.
Alright, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right. Good afternoon, Hu Tao, Zhongli, and Farina!
Господи.
Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
О, неужели?
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Huh? Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
Все старые добрые друзья в сборе.
I'm pretty sure you didn't learn that one from me. I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, Traveler.
Травалер.
But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over Teyvat, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Типошечки. С праздником морских фонарей тебя, Фурида, тоже.
It appears you have been to Fontaine then.
О, да, мистер Джунли. Ты б знал, что там было. О, сейчас опять слезы начнем лить.
Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
Она уже так представилась, да?
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier.
О, да, ты не представляешь.
Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine. Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
Пум-пум-пум.
No. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way. Oh, does that mean Hu Tao also knows? You may not have heard, friends, but... Miss Hu Tao... Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients.
О, господи. Ну, вот тут, как бы, ты же не знаешь, вот это радоваться, когда Хутао так говорит, или нет? Yep. Слышала, Паймон?
Okay, you win. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
Ага. У нее, значит, тоже мора есть, да?
What's this about winning something? Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
Это все Паймон придумала. Да, что ты хотела.
Saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Farina.
Ты хорошо меня знаешь.
That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
Ну, Фурина, извини, это не я говорил.
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Pam.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too. Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
Ладно, тогда твой тайник пока что в безопасности.
Hey, don't be upset, traveler. How about this? You buy Paimonable and Paimon will also buy youable. As for the third bowl...
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
Я могу угостить тебя в любое время.
I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Опять же, такое слышать от Хутао, ну такое себе.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Did something happen recently, Farina?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangxiang Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
А?
Really? Oh no.
А, может быть, это что-то для фильма? Пожалуйста, скажите, что это для фильма, типа.
Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Фух.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired this...
Really, Paimon, it's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral? Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film.
Фух. Спасибо.
Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now.
Типа, божечки.
Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
Или даже глоток свежего ужаса.
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Интересно, Джун Ли увидел, что у нее не такой глаз бога, как у всех? Хм.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Wangxiang Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Pum-pum-pum.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
О-хо-хо! Дай-ка подумать, это был новелет?
What? How did you guess that on your first try? Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
Новелет такой. Простите, властелин камня, а вы бы не подсказали бы направление в деревню Цауин? Рексо Лапис наш такой. Ну, конечно, как бы вон туда. А вообще пройдемте со мной. Мне тоже туда надо. Вы рассказали о своей встрече с Нави и Клариндой на горе. Жалобный взгляд Фурина убедил вас не упоминать о криках с горы.
Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
Он потерялся.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
Для него... Да-да-да. Кстати, для него быстрее всего было бы уплыть назад, а не идти пешком.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hu-Tao?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction.
Своего рода да.
But speaking of your friend...
What about him?
He doesn't get out much, does he?
Да, это правда.
No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
О, так он его не увидел.
Unfortunately, no.
О-хо-хо.
At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Is that so?
Судя по тому, как странно ведет себя Джун Ли, и учитывая, кто на самом деле Новелет, мог ли Джун Ли специально избежать этой встречи? Хо-хо! Травалер! Ничего себе! Умные мысли пошли. По-моему, это лучший праздник морских фонарей. Потому что и юморно, и смешно, и прям красиво, и прям ух. Все понятно. И правда очень жаль.
To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. He's got more friends than he knows what to do with.
Я хорошо лажу с людьми.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Neuvillette into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
А в этом есть смысл.
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
Он справедливый и беспристрастный Юдекс Фонтейн, глава Верховного суда.
Sounds like a pretty
Ай-я.
sort of guy, all right.
Сейчас прошу прощения, дорогие друзья. Нужно отвлечься на Чат рабочий.
In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old. You're quite right, Miss Hu Tao.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina. Those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navia and Cloran! Hey, over here!
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine.
Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
Все собрались вокруг вас и начали знакомиться. Глаза Хутау вспыхнули, когда она услышала, чем занимается Кларинда. О-о-о. Но после разъяснений Фурины и Нави, нахлынувшие было мысли, будто покинули Хутау.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina,
Oh, yes?
when are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Ой.
8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams.
Это и смешно, и грустно. Ой, боже. Хутау, как обычно, Фурину жалко.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Of course.
Фурина?
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
Да хватит, сейчас опять рыдать начну, как вспоминаешь весь этот квест. Ой, ну хорошо, что она выбралась хоть куда-то.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Chaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Ну что, все хорошо повеселились?
Only the best. And I've learned a lot too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Вы не привезете с собой сувениры?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Chlorand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sijuin.
Chlorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
А что насчет тебя, Фурина?
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird.
Девочка просто попрыгала на заднем фоне и задумалась. Что происходит? И куда она пошла? Куда-то пошла. Ладно.
Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that.
Little bit of...
They should all be things I can use, I think.
Значит, ты тоже попалась на уловки торговцев.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually...
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Оу! Оу! Ничего себе! Нормально, нормально. Дамы? Ну, вы бы хоть это... Типа, потом поблагодарили бы Новелета, что он забрал чисто все ваши вещи.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Meripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Chlorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him. Right, Zhongli?
Indeed.
Chlorand said Neuvillette offered offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neverlet. But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Oh, that reminds me. A new year of work is about to begin. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. He barely said anything other than, "Is that so?" and "Indeed."
Is that so?
If you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis. You're getting to be around that age after all.
Is that so?
Is that so?
I jest.
Хорош.
Given its distance from the city, Qiaoying Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to have developed a proclivity for inactivity. I apologize for making you worry.
I see. What do you think, Traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
Я не знаю, что сказать. Лень мне даже отвечать.
Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Indeed.
Indeed. Ой, не могу.
Well, everyone, make sure that you've got all your belongings with you before we leave. If there's any souvenirs anyone still wants to buy, the time is now.
Reliable as ever, Miss President.
What is that supposed to mean?
Gloriand is right, though. You really are reliable.
It's not what she's saying, it's the way she's saying it.
I will say, but I never thought you'd be so easygoing outside of work, Gloriand. The tone of voice you use when you're working doesn't exactly make you seem like the type who enjoys interacting with people.
Well, I try to keep my professional and private life separate. That includes my behavior.
You take care now, Traveler. Paimon.
Не переживай. Твой напарник очень силен.
Ah, trying to act cool now, are we? Well, I guess it's not an act for you, is it?
You are indeed quite strong.
It's been great talking to you all. I'm really glad I decided to come to Qiaoying Village. Maybe we could go on another trip together sometime?
Ей! Да. И нас, Паймон, берите, пожалуйста. Мы будем не против. А где вот находился тот храм? А я вот не помню, кстати. Вряд ли здесь. По-моему, это вот где-то вот тут. Где-то тут. А вот где конкретно? По-моему, вот здесь, нет? Да, я угадал. О, Сяо. Все. Мы увидели его. Привет.
Traveler.
Как я и думал. Ты не захотел заходить в город.
Being in the city isn't the only way for me to appreciate the lights and beauty of Lanternrite. Look. Liyue Harbor lies just beyond this mountain. As long as I stand at this vantage point, I may freely behold the sights of all the kites slowly ascending into the sky. For me, that is enough.
Это отлично.
I invited you here because there is something I would like to do.
Так.
I want to release a shell lantern, and I'd like you to be there for it.
А ты сам его сделал?
Yes.
I apologize for its crude appearance. I have little skill in that regard.
Нет, 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 он выглядит отлично.
You are very kind, as usual. All right. It's time.
Давай. Тиридин. По мере того, как небесный фонарь поднимается в ночное небо, выражение лица Сяо все больше смягчается.
Traveler. Thank you.
Да не за что. Жалко, мы не видим его. Круто. Так, значит, их мы нашли. Так, его мы нашли. Но, по-моему, ну, наверное, мы должны и всех остальных найти. Типа Цицы, Яо-Яо, Гань Юй, Шэнхэ. О.
I don't get it.
Is something wrong, Shenhe? Tell me. Perhaps I can help.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily, so I thought this outfit would be acceptable to wear to work. But Xiangling told me it was inappropriate. But inappropriate? How?
She probably just meant the outfit isn't suitable for that particular environment and occasion. But for a festival gathering with friends, a nighttime stroll, or an important banquet, your outfit is more than appropriate, Shenhe.
So you're saying it's only something I should wear in front of important people?
I suppose that's another way to think of it.
Окей. А сама Сянлин-то появится? Нет, мы ее хоть как-то увидим. Капитан. Так, кого бы еще бы здесь можно найти в Лиюэ? О, Кицин и Сянь Юнь. Ого, отсюда до Фонтейна 5 километров. Круто. Ей, ну хоть где-то мы еще Кицин встретили.
One may have won the kite flying competition, Yu Hung, but this prize should truly be reserved for another.
А?
You need not be so humble, honored Adeptus. Among all the kites, yours was quite literally a cut above the rest. Please accept this prize. You deserve it. Besides, I'm quite certain we owe a fair share of the success of this year's lantern rite to you.
If you insist, then one can hardly continue to refuse. However, there is another matter with which one would ask your assistance.
Of course.
One would be much obliged if you could distribute this case of Sunglow tea among the Millilith on duty. The security of the festivities rests entirely on their shoulders, after all. One presumes they could always benefit from something to invigorate their spirits.
Ого. Какая она молодец.
Cloud Retainer is so thoughtful and attentive to others' needs. I would expect nothing less of an esteemed adeptus such as herself.
Кстати, я заметил, что вот начали проявляться такие вот интересные баги с прохождением текстур друг друга. То есть до этого такого не было. Вот именно в этом почему-то обновлении очень часто такая вот штука происходит, либо когда вот условно персонаж держит руку на поясе. Это вот с Нави, кстати, было видно. Потому что она держала вот так вот руку на поясе, но при этом часть ее одежды вот так постоянно проходила сквозь руки. Интересно. Интересно. Чего это не так?
Understood. I'll get on that right away.
A fortuitous result indeed. One's
А, она ж купила его очень много, точно. Нашла, как его сбагрить. Прикольно, прикольно. Так, а кого еще мы можем встретить? Ну, может быть, Яо-Яо и Цици? Типа. А может быть, здесь вот кто-то будет? На этой площади, ведь она же большая. Ну, сейчас попробуем по ней пробежаться. Так, ну, на горе никого. Так, это просто миллилиты, миллилиты. Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту. Что ж, здесь никого. Кстати, а другая наша адептша, бабулечка-то. Опа, а ее нету. А где она? Господи, я забыл, кстати, как ее зовут. Госпожа. Ну ладно. Она, в общем, нам чайничек ждала. Так. Кто это там такой сидит, интересный? О, ей, редисовые шарики. Мы ведь видели Яо-Яо и Цицы. Куда они могли? Где они могут быть? Так, здесь их нет. Там их нет. Ну, зато Шарлотту встретили, окей.
Lantern Right was simply amazing. I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight.
Расскажи об интервью с отцом Камина.
Oh, my conversation with Mr. Ip went really well. I've already sent the first draft of my article back to the Steambird. It's a piece that contains all the pertinent information while also telling a story. I'm quite proud of it. Oh, that reminds me. I should thank everyone who made this possible for me. Especially that spirited lady with those peculiar turns of phrase. Miss Xianyun was her name, right? It was all thanks to your connections and creativity. I would have never thought I'd be able to bring such a special gift back to Fontaine with me.
Расскажи о празднике морских фонарей.
This was my first time experiencing a foreign holiday in person. It was so exciting! The festive atmosphere, the contagious holiday spirit, the profound, storied cultural traditions steeped in symbolism. Oh, I almost forgot. Kuching even gave me a kite with a poem on it that she wrote herself.
Ого.
It goes, dreams are like paper kites. With them do our hopes take flight. Sailing high above the clouds, they yearn for something more profound. Yet try we may and try we might. A deeper truth waits in plain sight. Though we hang our hopes in skies abound, many joys lie on the ground. I want to include this poem in my special feature on Lantern Right. I'm sure a lot of people will love it.
Расскажи о механическом устройстве вертикального подъема.
Oh, that? Yeah, interesting story. It was invented by a guy from Fontaine. His name is Ildison. He's always tinkering away at some mechanism or another. He's even asked the Steambird to write about his inventions on more than one occasion. I believe I have a direct quote from him about this particular one. Yes, here it is. The device is powered entirely by mechanical components without the need for any additional energy source. Basically, it's a manually operated cranking device. How high it can fly entirely depends on how much force you can exert. Combining this invention with a kite. What a great idea, right?
Еще увидимся, Шарлотта.
Yep, and happy lantern rite to you.
Спасибо. Ну где же? О, они таки пересеклись, что ли? Влад и Надя. Как думаешь, каких-нибудь из этих воздушных змеев в небе уже не вернутся назад? Наверное, как бы крепко человек не держал леску, ветром он управлять не сможет. Кстати, может и нам стоит купить воздушного змея? Только я их никогда раньше не запускала. Не знаю, получится ли. А может, сами смастерим змея? Я слышал, как дети обсуждают, как лучше раскрасить своих воздушных змеев. Так что, раз уж дети с этим справились, то это не должно быть уж очень сложно. Смастерите вместе? А давай попробуем. Ей! Они наконец-таки... Наконец-таки нашли время. Да где же наши знакомые Яу-Яу и Цицы? И Байджу нету, кстати, вообще нигде. Странно. И тут нету Яу-Яу и Цицы. Беда. Но, видимо, мы их сейчас особо не найдем. Ладно. Погнали к новеляту. Monsieur Novelet. The Oratrice Mechanic Denalis Cardinal. Tuts.
Look, it's Novelette. We lucked out.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting.
Ого, как у него голос немножко изменился.
Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Novelette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village.
А, да, отсюда же видно точно сумерское вот это вот замечательное дерево. Вы коротко рассказали Новелету обо всем произошедшем сегодня.
Thank you for informing me.
Так ты передал подарки?
Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Clorant. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, Seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
Ah, about that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Все, торговцы надурили на Вилета. Смотреть бесплатно и без регистрации.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts, so I decided to have a go. We joked with Claran some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. A gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
Ah, surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
Как говорят в Лиюэ, ключ к успеху лежит в балансе труда и отдыха.
Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration.
Тебе надо в Манштадт.
However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home.
Типа на праздник ветров, в Инадзуму. А в Инадзуму просто так можно.
Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once.
И как тебе?
Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted, but now I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
О, какая милота. Ого, какой большой половник.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations.
Это потрясающе, и цвет очень в твоем стиле.
Really? You like it?
Да.
To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is.
Это правда мне? Ты ведь сделал это своими руками.
That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
Тогда я принимаю, спасибо.
You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Ах, кстати. Вы дали Новелету совет касательно его отпуска.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol. But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does in part originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
А я давно это говорил. Ей! Мы получили ковшик. Я так понимаю, уже почти конец истории. Ух ты, какая интересная штука. Необычные каменные статуи, сила адептов, дарованная Фудзень, не позволяет с легкостью передвигать эти тяжелые на вид каменные изваяния. Хоть эти изваяния выполнены из камня, они по какой-то причине источают чувство неторопливости. Интересно, почему подобные они вырезаны? Прислушайтесь к их неторопливым речам и расставьте по правильным местам. Помните, что не все каменные статуи охотно вернутся на исходные позиции. О как. Какая сила? Ах, адепт все-таки появился. Прошу, верните меня. Что? Окей.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Так вот с кого нефрит нужно собирать? С черепах? Да, кстати. У статуй есть же мелодии. И после одного события мелодия изменилась. Интересно. То есть, если вы пройдете определенный главный квест, то потеряете возможность слышать одну из мелодий. Ну, которая всегда в начале была, и потом она меняется на другую. А, молодые люди, сюда-сюда. О, наконец вы пришли. А что случилось? Ой, должно быть, ты сын главы торговой гильдии Фэй Юнь. Нет, мы просто исследуем местность. О, так значит, ты не молодой хозяин торговой гильдии. Прошу прощения, меня сбили с толку ваши костюмы. Сшиты по последней моде, а малютка еще и летать умеет. Вы совсем не похожи на деревенских жителей. Вот я и решил, что вы прибыли из гавани Лиоя, чтобы обсудить... Моя фамилия Лу. В деревне меня зовут Старина Лу. Прошу прощения, урожай в этом году никуда не годится. Я даже не могу угостить вас чаем. Ох, едва ли адептам понравится грядущая церемония чаепития. Ну, дедушка Лу, ведь у тебя там полно чайных листьев. Этот чай никуда не годится, гостей таким подчивать нельзя. Скажу вам честно, мы ждем представителей торговой гильдии Фэй Юнь, чтобы обсудить с ними поставки чая. Ведь торговая гильдия Фэй Юнь самый крупный наш заказчик. Дело вот в чем, мы собрали очень скудный урожай, да и по качеству чайные листья никуда не годятся. Среди чай торговцев это уже не секрет. Старина Ло, староста деревни, решил не продавать чай, пока мы не решим вопрос качества. Я слышал, молодой хозяин торговой гильдии юноша умный и осметливый. И я подумал, если он узнает, что в этом году у нас плохой урожай, то сам навестит деревню Цаоин или пришлет кого-нибудь. Потому я и жду здесь. Но я думаю, урожай загублен из-за почвы. Из-за почвы? Да, всю жизнь провел в деревне Цаоин и с самого раннего детства имею дело с чаем. Я вижу проблемы, которые другие не видят. Надеюсь, адепт Фудзэнь пошлет нам свое благословение. Уверен, все дело в нарушенном равновесии воды и почвы. Адепт Фудзэнь? Вы тоже слышали легенду про адепта Фудзэня? Удивительное дело, даже местные они почти забыли. Давным-давно у деревни Цаоин была бесплодной пустошью. В те времена горы кишели демонами, но адепт Фудзэнь изгнала их, посадила кругом чайные деревья, и тогда здесь поселились наши предки. Но если дело в почве и воде, я даже не знаю, что можно предпринять. Вообще-то именно это нам и поручили расследовать. Да? Значит, молодой господин мне верит? Да, я тебе верю. В самом деле? Очень хорошо. Идемте, я отведу вас к старине Ло. Только возьму с собой образцы чайных листьев. О, что такое, дедушка Лу? Молодой господин и госпожа, не могли бы вы сказать старости Ло, что прибыли из торговой гильдии Фэй Юнь? Староста Ло человек хороший, но вот какое дело. Он верит в машины, культивацию, удобрения и тому подобное. Когда я сказал ему о нарушенном равновесии воды и почвы, он и слушать ничего не стал. А если то же самое ему скажет молодой господин торговой гильдии Фэй Юнь? Ну ладно, я попробую. Паймон не нравится эта затея. Не беспокойтесь, даже если он вас раскусит, валите все на меня, вашей вины здесь не будет. Идем. Так, а это мы, кажется, немножечко уже не то начали делать, да? Да, все, история-то здесь закончилась. Понял. Так, давайте тогда праздничные эти всякие штуки сделаем. Нафармим, так сказать. Нафармим примаемчиков. Да открутим Сяньюнь. Ну, я надеюсь, что получится выкрутить. Они будут добиваться аж до 90. Как бы она у меня гарантом, но все равно. С праздником морские фонари, дружбаны. Вы случайно не те большие шишки, которые искали тогда камином? Мы с тобой встречались, ты как раз разговаривал с камином, да? Точно, вы помните меня? Вот так свезло. Я слышал, что вы лучший из лучших, вам все под силу. Я каждый день хожу на гору Тигра за провиантом, и каждый раз по дороге слышу, как вам поют дифирамбы. Именно так, мы лучшие из лучших. Паймон умеет не только есть. Дай Паймон подумать, что еще Паймон делает хорошо. Я знаю, разве обычные люди могут летать? Ты такая белая, легкая и пушистая, как адепт-голубка. Летать это круто. Я хочу сказать, что так ведь легко можно переносить вещи и делать разные другие штуки. Тебе надо почаще помогать своему другу. О, так Паймон у нас адепт-голубка. Еще одно странное прозвище для Паймона. Давайте пока оставим в стороне вопрос о том, может ли голубь стать адептом. Для начала Паймон хочет отметить, что она и так всегда помогает путешественнику. Например, если редукториан упадет с большой высоты, Паймону хватит его и позаботиться о том, чтобы падение не было слишком болезненным. Да? Никогда такого не было. И это несмотря на то, что Паймон не настолько сильна, чтобы поднимать тяжести. Если бы Паймон действительно была адептом-голубкой, она бы поддержала путешественника, пока он использует свой ветряной планер, и помогла бы ему улететь выше и дальше. Вам нужно больше тренироваться. Так же, как мы с Камином упражняемся в ушоу. Чем больше вы будете тренироваться, тем лучше вы сработаетесь. Установить взаимопонимание не так просто. Кстати, я как раз создал новую оригинальную игру под названием «Просто танцую шоу». Хотите попробовать? Вы сможете не только поработать в команде, но и узнать все о танцу-шоу. Просто танцую-шоу? А в этом как-то участвует вон та огромная штуковина рядом с тобой? Именно. Настоящий танец шоу очень сложно освоить. Даже если вас будет обучать профессионал, вы не сможете продолжать заниматься им, если не полюбите этот танец всем сердцем и не проявите должного упорства. Поэтому я изменил правила одного стиля танцу-шоу, поменял кое-что из реквизита и бум! Родилась эта игра. А еще сейчас проходит праздник морских фонарей. Идеальный момент для того, чтобы помочь всем развлечься, нагулять аппетит или сбросить лишние калории. Наденьте подходящую обувь, танцевальный наряд и посмотрите, кто сможет собрать больше всех брикетов чая. А вы можете танцевать и кувыркаться повсюду, это просто улет. Звучит весело, но Пайман не думает, что она достаточно крепкая, чтобы носить такой большой наряд и соревноваться с другими. Но он очень хорош в таких играх. А Пайман сперва постоит в сторонке и поучится. Давай, я король танцев. А? А ты в голубка не будет участвовать? Жаль. О, не волнуйся, Редукторин и Пайман собираются путешествовать вместе еще очень долго. У нас будет много возможностей усовершенствовать командную работу. Кроме того, Пайман узнает много нового о взаимодействии с путешественником, наблюдая за ним. Разве нет? Ха-ха, вы такие хорошие друзья, что я начинаю завидовать. Тогда прошу легендарного героя выйти на сцену и просто станцевать у шоу. Адепт Голубка, устраивайся поудобнее и наслаждайся представлением. Отлично. В игровом процессе ликующие звери и добрый примет необходимо выполнить цель уровня за отведенное время, набрав как можно больше очков. Нажмите кнопку навыка, чтобы надеть особый кукольный наряд танцевого шоу, войти в состояние толкуна у шоу и разбросать других участников. Если два игрока в состоянии толкуна у шоу столкнутся друг с другом, они утратят это состояние. В игровом процессе ликующие звери и добрый примет предусмотрен 3 уровня на выбор. Игровые процессы и правила разных уровней можно посмотреть в описании события. В игровом процессе ликующие звери 2 игровых режима. Для игры можно пригласить друзей или сыграть с другими игроками через подбор. Для игры в ликующие звери и добрый примет требуется 4 участника. Ладно. Да, поехали. А? Так, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Господи, это всего лишь 300. За каждую еще по 20. 360? Господи, 2 крутки всего. Кошмар. Ну ладно. Понятно, по итогу. Но это долго, на самом деле. Сейчас надо будет это долго проходить. Поэтому предлагаю тогда сейчас вот забрать примагемы, какие есть. Да покрутить. И по итогу получим мы синью, не получим. Ладно. Так, это все. Ну, понятно. Итак, 23 откручено было. Так, 50, 52. 52 плюс 23, 75. Ну, вполне может быть. Ноэль. Так. Это было 62, теперь 72, да?
Hey, boss. The name's Gaming. I'm a guard from the communications office. So, all this needs shipping, right? No. You grab a seat and have some tea. I'll get these packed up for you, no problem. It'll only take me a minute, then we can get the delivery scheduled. Oh, and if you ever want to book a wushu dance, me and my crew are available in a heartbeat. The troup's called the Mighty Mythical Beasts, and I'm the head. Not to brag or anything.
Ага. Прикольно, прикольно. Это, видимо, если ты нового персонажа получаешь, он что-то начинает тебе рассказывать. Прикольно. Так, ладно, 73. 74. 75. Нет, Сергей Олегович. Ладно. Хотя бы еще одну круточку тогда. Прикольно, что они добавляют события, которые уже прям реально на мультиплеер заточены.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Да, чуть-чуть не хватило.
We mercs have one simple rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss.
Обидненько. Ну ладно. Ну круто, что они добавляют такие события, где несколько игроков может участвовать в разных. Не хватает таких активностей, действительно. А? Почему оно подсвечено? Доступны награды. А.
The hero's valor ripples through his
Эй.
robes. His
Фурина
garments
номер
deep
2. О, еще. Ладно, что там, 7/6? Ну, понятно, значит. До 80-й придется крутить. Да, спасибо. Ладно.
It's quite difficult.
О, C6 Ноэль. Хо-хо-хо. Ура, у меня появился Гео ДД. Ой, да. Ну ладно, у меня еще на самом деле появился Нингуан внезапно когда-то. Но C6 Ноэль, наверное, явно будет посильнее. А что от меня еще хотят? Камин. Ну давайте мы ему. Да, выглядит забавно теперь возвышение. Ладно, целую одну стандартную крутку получили. И мы ничего не получаем, конечно же. Ну, это естественно. Все, ладно, с меня хватит. Так, там получается этот праздник сколько еще будет длиться? 8 дней. Замечательно. И это тоже 8 дней. Но баннер Сянь-Юнь. Еще 3 дня. Ну, понятно, значит, в ближайшие дни просто все эти штуки я соберу. Ну, я думаю, что выкручу, да? Не будет же на 90-й крутке она мне падать. Ладно. Тогда получается на сегодня это все. Спасибо вам большое, что, скорее всего, посмотрели вы это дело в записи. Обязательно комментируйте то, что получится. Вот. По итогу мы с вами прошли сюжеточку 4.4. Повстречались с различными персонажами. Круто, круто, круто. Мне лично понравилось. Надеюсь, что и вам тоже понравилось данное путешествие. Следующий стрим, я думаю, уже будет по Старрейлу. Вот. А то давненько мы и в него не заходили. А там тоже как бы Черный лебедь, все дела. Ну что ж, на сегодня тогда это все. Спасибо большое. Удачи. Не болейте, не скучайте. Услышимся, увидимся. Пока-пока.